Hi. Checking my camera angles over there to make sure I look okay.
Hello.
Hi.
How do I look?
Let's see. Oh, look.
Hi.
You said you're cut off. You're not cut off.
What? I was sitting when I sit up like straight and not slouch.
Yeah, I have to slouch.
Yeah.
Because this chair does not go down any lower, and I am not getting any shorter.
This is true.
And also, technically, for all of you watching on Free Speech TV, look, you can.
On Political Voices Network this morning.
Political Voices Network. There's a two-shot of us now. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Look, isn't that cool? Hi. It's a whole different camera angle.
Oh my God. Okay.
Dude,
all right.
Tech savvy.
Yes. And also, we have some good news.
Yes.
We finally got our Facebook page back.
So the NSA is not spying on us anymore.
That is true. Yeah. it was a 5-week wrestle. Yeah, 5-week wrestle with the people at Facebook, but George, our webmaster, did all the wrestling, and he did a great job. And so now we have our Facebook page back. You'll see Stephanie's post about Fred up there, and plus all of the links to all of our usual guests and stuff like that. So yeah, go to facebook.com/Stephanie Miller Show, and that's where we are on the face space.
Back up and running.
Yes.
See, we can do things when Mama's not here. Sometimes. Good Lord. So I mean, I don't know what we're going to talk about today. I mean, yesterday was such a slow news day. I mean, like nothing happened.
Can I just say I didn't expect that statement from Felicia Rashad?
Oh God. Somebody on one of the news shows yesterday was saying maybe she's just saying that because she doesn't have to worry about being asked about him anymore.
Oh, I know that they had a close friendship and all of that, but Cosby admitted to it in the depositions that were deemed, inadmissible.
Right. No, let's talk about this for a second. I was going to save it for later. So John Fugelsang was tweeting about this, so we're definitely going to talk about that.
Right.
We've got our show is Cattywampus today.
It is.
I know this is going to make people all kinds of confused.
I know.
It's going to really make me feel like I'm got one foot out the door for vacation.
Yep.
Because today we have our regular Dr. Redlander will be joining us at the top of the second hour, followed by John Fugelsang, who's going to be joining us today
instead of tomorrow.
Right. Because Carl Frisch, who's usually on Thursday, will be joining us tomorrow in studio.
At that chair right there.
Right there.
Right there.
That one.
That one.
The comfy one.
Yes.
The good one.
Yeah.
And then in the third hour, we'll have Hal Sparks with us for the entire hour of the show.
That's right. So we have a good show today.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun today. Sorry, back to Felicia Rashad and her comments on Cosby.
We should say that she said finally a wrong has been righted and that Cosby is out of prison.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that statement. This whole story is frustrating, and of course, one of Trump's impeachment lawyers is at the center of it.
Sure. Who
made a bad deal, as far as I'm concerned. We talked about this a little bit before the show.
Yeah.
And Harry Littman was on MSNBC yesterday, and he even said that, this is kind of the way things work sometimes, and it's frustrating because
I think the second, as I said to you before the show, I think the second prosecutor messed up. Because he used testimony from depositions that Cosby was assured would not be used in any court case.
Correct. But in defense of those prosecutors, there was no legal record of that. And typically, prosecution agreements are put into writing. They go through the courts. They're approved by the courts.
Typically, yes.
And that did not happen in this case. So there was no... They didn't have...
record, but there was written record because they put out a press release about this agreement. So it was in writing, it was public, and you can write a contract on a napkin.
Right. No,
so
I understand.
And so that's why it was admissible in court, and that's why Cosby got off.
Yeah,
and it's really unfortunate, and it really I'm angry about it.
No, me too.
And the victims deserve justice here, but this was a technicality that the second prosecutor screwed up on.
No, you're absolutely correct. There was mistakes were made. I'm just going to blame Castor. That oily.
Yes.
attorney for. Let's just in case y'all forgot about Bruce Castor. He was Trump's impeachment lawyer. He was the first one that spoke for Trump in the second impeachment trial,
right?
Which was for the insurrection on January 6th, and we're going to get to that in a moment too. Because
yes, we are.
A lot of news about that.
Yep.
He's the one who spoke about he had that weird winding, meandering opening statement about, oh, I see you over there and I know you over here. And it was the weird.
It was weird and it was bad.
That tells you everything you need to know about him as a lawyer and probably as a prosecutor.
Yeah.
He might be a little bit absent-minded, and he might. It doesn't surprise me that he would not put something like this into official legalese and have it approved by the courts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
so sucks for the victims.
Yeah, no, I was watching yesterday afternoon. They were interviewing, is it Andrea Constant? Yeah, and they were interviewing her on one of the shows, and she was visibly upset.
Sure,
I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah,
and all of the victims of Cosby were,
right. CNN was interviewing Lisa Bloom yesterday, right as it happened.
Yes.
Yeah, right as I was leaving here yesterday, and she was spitting fire.
And I don't blame her. And we don't have Lisa Bloom here because Stephanie's not here.
Right.
And no one yelled at me, "Get me Lisa Bloom."
Right.
Although I will say right now, heads up to our legal lads and ladies, I will probably be hitting you up because I will want one of you to help us work through some of this tomorrow when we find out what's going on with the when they unseal the indictments for
Weisselberg.
Right, because he surrendered himself this morning.
He did.
So I'm assuming that when he was walking into the Manhattan DA's office, the reporters outside were all yelling. They were all yelling, "Alan! Oh, Alan! I should have telegraphed that one better for you. I totally should have telegraphed. That's on me.
Alan! Al!
Those are the reporters outside the courtroom this morning.
Alan!
Or that was the process server walking into the Trump Tower building looking for him.
It sounds like they didn't even have to do that. He just voluntarily went down.
Oh, okay. All right. That's the judge then.
Yes.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of yelling.
Well, when they unseal the documents later on today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will be able to talk more about that tomorrow. There's the Daily Beast had a great piece out last night, kind of reading some tea leaves. They had some people who testified before the grand jury talking about it, and it is the tax and the fringe benefits and those things are what they are looking at, and that's what this is all based on and pinned on.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. But the lead to me, the big story yesterday was Congress approved the January 6th Select Committee. Speaker Pelosi had a few words about that on the floor of the House yesterday.
We have a duty to the Constitution and to the American people to find the truth of January 6th and to ensure that such an assault on our democracy can never happen again. And rather being frivolous with the facts, we are going to be prayerful and patriotic and honor the concerns of the American people by seeking and finding the truth to protect our country from any future or similar assault.
You know what prayerful and patriotic means.
Woohoo! Doing the do.
Doing the do. Nancy Pelosi is doing the do. Oh, you weren't here last week.
I wasn't. I was on vacation.
Oh, Stephanie found an article about the oral history of Betty Boo doing the do.
Did we need one?
Apparently, oral history doesn't even begin to describe it because doing the do is slang for
knocking boots.
No, doing what Batman would do.
The Batusi?
No, go down.
Oh, okay. No, but he also does the Batusi.
He does do the Batusi. Sorry. If only we had Bob Seska here for that one.
Yeah,
Bob Seska would really, really appreciate that. Yeah, no, doing the do apparently is pleasuring.
The only thing I know about Betty Boo is that she was a punchline on Absolutely Fabulous.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I did not know that.
She was a punchline.
Yeah, no. For some reason, Stephanie found you'll get all of these emails next week where she finds an article, but she doesn't know how to print it.
Oh, God.
And then she'll send you the headline, and then you have to find the article.
Of course.
And
I've done that before.
And if you
I've worked with her for 20 years.
But if you don't subscribe to the news source that she finds it through, you're really in trouble.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a few of those last week.
Okay.
But anyways, so Pelosi yesterday on the House floor, she made her statement. She also this is a longer clip. Let's do 1B.
Many across the aisle refused to admit the truth. They refused to admit the truth when they voted against certifying the President Biden's election that night. They refused to admit the truth when they voted against the creating of a bipartisan commission to investigate the attack. They refused to admit the truth when they called that day a normal tourist visit. And today, when many will vote against establishing a select committee to investigate that day, they will again refuse to admit the truth. We will be judged by future generations as to how we value our democracy. Let's be on the right side not only of history, but the right side of the future.
That little sound effect, that was posted on her Twitter feed. That was the official seal of the Speaker of the House. Came out. Sorry, I should have cut that part off. I was a little busy this morning trying to get ready for the show. And I cannot find, I have a statement from Liz Cheney somewhere.
Okay.
I do not know where I put it in my stacks of paper because, as I said, there's so much to talk about today.
I mean, Stephanie would have been